Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of A Break in Tradition. As the characters are loading in through Fujitech, we'll go ahead and talk real quick about our schedule and what's pending for us. So here, oh nope, that's the wrong window. That's the right window. Let's turn that down just a tad. So schedule. In 2 weeks, on this same day of the week, Friday, will be our last episode of A Break in Tradition. That'll be our finale for this. That is June 10th, if you needed to know. June 10th at 7 p.m. US East. Okay? The next scheduling item is on June 8th, we have our next episode of Lost in Theros, and on the 29th of May, we have our next episode of Heresy and Damnation. We did skip yesterday's Thaumaturgy Thursday. We'll have Taco Tuesday on the 31st. So, all that is normal. I'm your Game Master, by the way. My name is Azuloth, and I am so happy to be here today. You don't even know. You don't even know. So, but right now I'm trying to make sure that all the tech is working properly, and it just doesn't want to behave at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and do some small behind-the-scenes stuff while we're talking about this. Let's see if I can get Cynthia working. There she is. Perfect.
Yes.
And, sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that I can get everybody's little avatar up on the screen, your Discord avatar. So normally I have all this squared, but for some reason it didn't want to load in automatically today. Okay. Perfect. Ram, why don't you say something so it can ping you?
Alright, this is Ram saying something.
Great. It'll take a minute to pull up your image, apparently. Alright, so I'm your Game Master. This is a Val'Ghast Prologue game. This is the third Val'Ghast Prologue game. There are 2 more after this, and then we dive into main campaigns. If you are someone who wants to play some D&D, you can go ahead and follow this Discord link here in the chat and join our community. Now, joining our community is free. Our games are free. I may be a professional dungeon master, but I do not charge my players to play. So, you join the community, you agree to the rules. Basically, those rules amount to be a decent human being, and you can get a slot to play. There are currently 6 available slots for the main campaigns left. Then we get into Priority Madness. If there are more than 15 players willing to play, and if you're a new person, you are Priority 1. That means you are almost guaranteed a spot in one of these main campaigns. So, if you like my, DMing style, and you like the lore of this world, and you like what you see, and you want to be a part of it, absolutely free. Just take some of your time, go ahead and sign up, and we can get you onboarded in this, universe of darkness here. So, with that spiel already done and said, let's go ahead and introduce some of our players. Let's start at the top. Jer.
I'm Jer. Once again, I'm playing Barlow. I've been in plenty of games before this.
You have. And thank you for being a wonderful player.
Oh, you're welcome.
Next up, let's have Cynthia.
Hi, I'm Cynthia. I'm playing for way too long. And I'm playing Sergeant Catherine of the 12 Salamanders.
Certainly are. And Sergeant Catherine is a very interesting character, I find. So thank you for coming back and joining us again, Cynthia. And I hope to see you for one of the main campaigns as well.
I'm delighted to be here, and hopefully we'll be able to play in one of the mains.
Ooh. Next up, let's have Ram go ahead.
Sure, I'm Ram. I'm playing Saffron, elf of the northern regions who practices his remedies and potions constantly and failing too.
You know, spring is one of those awkward times where the plants that you need to get that stuff done just aren't grown enough yet. So, okay. And Ram's been a player with us for some time now, a couple years at this point. It has been a couple years, Ram. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I actually can. It's actually pretty cool.
Things move a little slowly, but that's fine too. And last but not least, certainly not least, is Gavi. Go ahead, Gavi.
Hi, I'm Gavi. I am playing Lieutenant, not Thaddeus, but Wynn, also of the 12 Salamanders, and probably will continue to be in games because I have no choice.
Don't say that.
No, because I love playing in your games.
Thank you. I work very hard on all of this, so
I see it. I know.
For you, the viewer, just a couple of things about our game and a couple of things about the way we do things here. You may have noticed that there are no cameras. That's on purpose. The reason why we don't do any cameras is because I want to give you that sort of at-the-table feeling. That at-the-table feeling is mainly focused on immersion. I want you to be thinking about things from the point of view of our heroes, looking at things as they see them, and that's why you have a full view of the map, our very pretty maps, over our cameras. So, the big thing here is the maps and what the players are doing and what the characters are doing, rather than, whatever's going on in the background of their camera shots and whatnot. This is kind of the way that we want to do things, and so part of that is you will not see my rolls unless I roll for a player because of technical difficulties. You will see the players' rolls. They will come up fine. Somebody go ahead and give me a test roll. Don't care who. Just anybody. Everybody gives a test roll.
Yeah, wow. Everyone lagged.
Yeah. Perfect. So you should have seen some dice come across your screen and then disappear, and then the results are in that window on the top right. That's basically what you're going to see here, and that's the main focus. Being there in the moment with everybody and watching it happen and cheering everybody on. And so with that in mind, please remain cognizant of everyone's role here. My role is to run the game. Don't try to tell me how to do my job. And the players' roles are to play their characters. Please don't try to tell them how to do their jobs. They're all here for fun. I'm here for fun. We're all here for fun, including you. And it's not fun when everybody starts bickering into a, well, the rules say conversation. I like to throw the rules out and burn them occasionally. And so, if you feel miffed about a particular rule, keep that to yourself. So, and besides, Val'Ghast is a setting, as a homebrew setting, that was a setting first, and D&D 5e has been applied to it. And in some cases, for some rules, some general rules, and other information do not apply at all to the setting because they don't make any sense for the setting. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and dive in to tonight's game. I'm going to go ahead and preload you guys into Cruinthe, and then once that's done, I will move us along. But in the meantime, while that is loading, I'm going to go ahead and do our read-in for today's game. The Sovereign Kingdom of Cruinthe is a nation that is on the brink of all-out war. In the streets of its capital, Fordath, there is a symphony at work. The crashing of hammer upon steel, forging arms and armor are the beat of the drums. The marching of boots against cobblestone is the blast of horns. Parents holding their children, many for the last time before they are irrevocably changed, are the strings. It has become a cacophonous place since the first expeditionary forces were dispatched to the south, to the region of Val'Ghast, to hold the line in a kingdom that no longer exists. against an enemy that has every intention of wiping humanity from the face of the earth. The Ta'alian Crusade, an army of demons, legions strong, has cut a bloody swath from the south of the Cheyenne Sand Sea, all the way to Val'Ghast, killing entire nations and city-states as they go. Nothing has blunted their unholy crusade for nearly a decade, until they met the first expeditionary. While they buy time, the nation of Cruinthe prepares for total war. Failure means complete annihilation. Smooth transition for all players. Look at that. All of you loaded in perfectly. You guys can see where you are?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yep.
So, last time you had awakened from your night's rest on a ridge overlooking the highway and had proceeded down the highway and met a merchant and met some members of the house Mardoja, some soldiers from the house Mardoja. You proceeded along and sort of inspected the area, had a conversation with those house soldiers about your mission a little bit and also about the area and what, was going on. Then you became embroiled in a fight with a greater Cruinthian salamander. Through strength of arms and tactics, you conquered the beast and slew it. After that, you moved along and continued with your mission, entering the Malin Forest, seeking out the Ithe so that you could begin diplomatic relations with them. However, your superiors, Commander Hallworst, Princess Superior Melissa Justier, and Archmage Celia DiPaolo, don't believe that peace or even a diplomatic relationship are possible with the Ithe. In fact, they would be happy if you just made contact and returned home alive. The general dispensation of the Ithe towards humans, Cruinthians, and other races is an extremely hostile one. They have no love for anyone other than themselves, it seems, and no one has been able to break whatever linguistic traditions they have and come up with a functioning way to speak to them. You have been given a mission that just seems to exist to check some boxes. To say, well, we tried. Now you are in Malin Forest, which is a northern forest of deciduous and coniferous make, and you're moving along towards your objective. The night that you rested in the forest for the first time, you had a eerie confrontation with some crows that reminded you of a children's tale, a children's poem, if you will, a Mother Goose-like story about a hooded crow that would devour the youth or those that mock it. You all managed to make it through the night with just some anxiety, and now wake in Malin Forest, rested, maybe a little paranoid about what lies ahead, but rested. So the scene is now yours. You are within the forest. What would you like to do?
Barlow would walk up to Wynn, and mention the iridescent butterfly that they saw at the end of the night, or at the end of his watch. I believe it was him and Saffron, correct?
Yes.
And he'd ask Wynn if they knew what that was, because it seemed like a hallucination. But it couldn't possibly be if they both saw it.
That sounds very strange. Have I seen or heard anything like that in my studies?
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
right. You're aware that Malin Forest has some minor magical flow to it, and there are some creatures that reside within it that have some ambient magical energy to them. Perhaps one of those creatures, an insect, for example, came upon them last night, and it seemed eerie to them. That is the most logical explanation for what happened.
I guess it was nothing important then.
Who did it land on again?
It landed on Darrow's character, whose name is Jericho Farwind. The role of Jericho Farwind will be played tonight by me, and I will be running him in survivor mode, which means he will be very aloof, not discuss anything with anyone, and mainly just act in combat to save himself primarily, and then save others as a secondary objective. This is usually how I operate as a DM when someone is unable to make the game. Jericho's player is unable to make the game tonight because of extenuating circumstances, and so I will be running their character from a tactical standpoint.
So when we'll look over at Jericho and say, maybe it is a big deal. He does not seem himself today. But Tish, come on, guys, give me something.
That was too good. Well, Catherine's going to do her usual paranoid, which is, did anybody approach the camp last night? Because the player remembers seeing eyeballs, but she didn't, so we're going to do a look to see if there's any tracks or anything around.
You're going to do a sweep? Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Perception. Would it be perception or survival?
Perception. You're actively searching, but you're not like deeply like scrutinizing, which would be an investigation check, and survival would be tracking or foraging or that kind of thing.
And that sucks.
That sucked.
Barlow would also look around.
Okay, go ahead. You may also.
Can I use my passive perception, or is that...
Passive perception is passive by nature, so that is a blanket thing that is applied. When you're actively searching, that is a different thing. So the DC, the way that I operate with that is the DCs are different for these things. A passive search, the DC is usually generally higher because you're not actively, searching for the thing. For an active search, because of the luck element, the DC is generally lower. Now, this can create artificially inflated DCs for passive searches, in which case you don't naturally notice things unless you ask, hey, I'd like to search for it, in which case, And that's how it's generally intended to be played. So, go ahead and roll your perception check, and we'll see what you find. 17. Okay. As you go ahead and you circle the camp, how far out do you want to circle?
Good question. Probably at least out, because if I remember correctly, we were kind of in like a bank of trees, and then there was like open field, and then another bank of trees. I can't remember exactly how it was described before.
Malin Forest is kind of thick. You guys found like a nice little small little clearing, but it wasn't too big, and that's where you camped. It's very sheltered where you camped because you have a couple of people who are well, suited to finding those sorts of things, i.e. Sergeant Catherine. And so you have a very sheltered camp. So most of what is around you is forest, and old growth forest at that. So not a lot of shrubs, and it's more or less very tall trees. So
I gotta admit, I wouldn't know what would be a reasonable distance, but maybe like half a mile.
Half a mile is very large.
No.
Where you
Probably a
going,
quarter of a
dude?
mile then. Yeah.
20, 25 feet outside what we would call the perimeter would be reasonable.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so roughly 100 feet out.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll scoot out to about 100 feet, kind of do a ring around, and you find a couple of paw prints in the ground.
Oh.
Here,
Great.
here and there. You're unsure of how big the creature is just from a glance, but paw prints.
Do they look like Ithe, or would we not know yet?
Make a nature check.
Where is? Oh, that's not too good. I roll 6 twice in a row. Oh no, the other one was 9.
It's a 9.
9.
With that 9, the answer is uncertain. You look at it, and it could be like a dog, it could be a panther, it could be a wolf, it could be, a lion, it could be, any variety of a mammalian large creature. And there are some big wolves in Cruinthe, for starters. Not just your garden variety, like large, Alaskan or gray wolf. Like your fell wolf, for example, is much bigger. So, this could be anything from human-sized to much bigger than that. So.
Oh, I just realized the stats on my character sheet in Foundry are not updated.
Oh yes, let me update that now.
So I should actually have a +6 on that nature check.
Let me hold on. Hold on. Della, Jesus Christ. I can hear her from down here. Oh my god, that's terrible. Barlow.
Or
Yes,
doggy.
I didn't update your character sheet. So, hold on. I was supposed to do that today. Got a little away
All
from me.
good. I did tell you kind of late, so it's mostly my fault.
Don't worry about it. It'll only take a moment. Okay, while that's happening, anyone else want to do anything else before breaking camp?
Well, as they're walking around, Saffron will do his normal strafe to see if he can find any fungi, exotic bark, or plants to create a potion or two. It is what he does, he's gonna check it out.
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me a nature check. Or give me a survival to search for the stuff. You're busy. You can't help him.
Well, no, I was just gonna say, because that roll would be 15 then instead of 9.
Your roll was a 17. Oh, you're 9. Yeah, no.
For the nature check on the pause.
Yeah, still unsure.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
24. Oh, yeah, in this old growth section of the forest, you know how, you may actually know this based on where you live, Ram. When you go to a forest that is old growth, a lot of the plants there sort of thrive nearly all year round because the forest itself is sort of a microclimate, right? In the summer, it's like a good 20 degrees cooler under the trees, and then when it's, cool and a nice normal, 50 degrees, it's not too bad in the forest either, So much of the year, the deep forest is its own self-regulating kind of existence until winter rolls around and everything freezes over, right? So now that you're in Malin Forest and deeper into Malin Forest, dozens of miles, and you're finding the things that you were looking for before. You find some good helixin, you find some good, variety of other herbs that kind of boost what the helixin does, and you have enough to make 2 healing potions. Now, they will take a day to brew, but you could make them now if you wanted to.
Yeah, if I found it, first he would totally nerd out by saying, "Oh, I found this in the toughest part of the wood, in the lignin, broken down by the fungi. This will make a perfect potion." and he'll get straight to making those potions.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so go ahead for that. Make me a intelligence check. You can use your proficiency for that because you are proficient with your herbalism kit. So that'll be a +3 on top of it. And basically just make me a medicine check, actually, because you're proficient.
Same thing, yeah.
Proficient in medicine, which is normally a wisdom. So, oof, 9. Okay. And then give me another one.
Medicine check coming up.
Yes, that's for the second potion. Okay, that's good. So the first one is dubious. You're unsure if it's an inert or not, but at least it didn't blow up on you or turn into black goo. So you're unsure if the first one is inert. The second one is definitely going to turn out. So you spend a couple of hours brewing the potion, much to the chagrin of the rest of the group, but definitely, it's worth it, right? So...
Oh yeah, totally worth it.
Doing this for you guys.
Okay, so let me go ahead and add you a potion.
Now, the first one, which Saffron's well experienced in having things go awry, there's always two sides of the coin. There's the really good side, which is a healing potion, and then there's the bad side, which is this is poison.
While Saffron's doing that, Catherine's going to go and see if she can find some fresh meat for the pot.
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me a survival check.
You got it.
I think I still have meat from the lizard also.
You should.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a natural 20. Wow, look at that. Look at that, everybody. Look at that.
Clap.
Let's go ahead and just zoom. Oh, we can't zoom in on that on the stream view, but let's just, spam the stream with no sweat, natural 20s. Look at that. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so with your natural 20, what were you looking for again?
Meat for the pot.
Yeah, absolutely. You bring down a strong buck, in your morning hunt right before the fog really breaks, and you drag it back, definitely feeling your strength there, definitely feeling like you've accomplished something that you haven't accomplished in a while. You feel at the moment from this hunt that you have overcome your injuries and you're finally feeling like yourself again.
Wow. Okay, awesome.
And you've come back and you clean the animal, and then you butcher and you prepare, and while Saffron's off in his corner brewing his potion, doing his science, you're preparing jerky and thinking about, do I want to tan this hide because this was a great kill, and what do I want to do with these antlers?
300 pounds of meat. Yeah, well done.
Thank you very much. Yeah, what my family's known for. Probably can rub ash all over the hide to keep it from stinking, and she'll work on it as they go through the antlers.
Mm-hmm.
She'll leave them behind because they might pass back this way if they live, but more problematic is getting all the meat taken care of.
Yes.
Wynn, is there some way you fix that? I don't remember.
She's waiting between barks. Della's losing her mind.
Would Saffron know of any holistic ways to preserve the meat?
Really, what you need is salt. Because salt will do it. Salt creates a sort of hostile environment for bacteria. That's why salted and cured meats were so popular in the Middle Ages. And
I do have fire salt in my inventory.
Fire salt is very different. You could give it a try, though.
No,
see what happens.
No.
You can make jerky.
You're very familiar. You're familiar enough with fire salts. They're a component in bomb making. They go into making those fulmination potions that you have. They make grenades. They make all kinds of stuff with fire salts. So,
Just checking.
yeah, no, it's a good question. It's a salt. Technically they're both salts, but this one is extremely combustible, and the other one is, well, it's your regular table salt that you're hoping for.
It has a Scoville rating of 1 billion.
Yes.
Well, since that's going on, I have a sneaky suspicion we may end up spending another night here.
Yes, this is time consuming. Yep.
Yeah, the only other thing is smoke.
You could smoke it. So, smoking it, that'll preserve the meat for you. Doing so, however, you more or less have, spent a day at this camp and really kind of set yourselves up for success tomorrow, hopefully.
Would there be any spells that I could do that could help this? Because I have I don't know, Scorching Ray. I could blast it.
Let's see here.
Well, the sun is a dehydrator.
Mm-hmm. And most of my spells I can also change the type of damage. So basically I could manage to do anything that is either acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder. So
Gotcha. Okay. So what you could do, what comes to your mind is freezing probably won't work because it will thaw over time, and that temperature change from cold to warm is not very good for the meat.
mm-hmm.
So you're looking at sort of searing it and more or less like helping to create a jerky. So you could basically switch your elemental type from your poison for and what is that feature that does that for you?
It is
Transmuted spell? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's meta magic. I can twist spells to suit my needs. I can spend a sorcery point. So yeah, I could do poison spray and then like change it to fire.
Yeah.
Or I could do, Scorching Ray and change it to acid.
Yeah, and you could definitely do that and change your poison spray to fire and sort of flash cook the meats and help Catherine smoke them and get everything to order. Essentially cutting down the cook time from, for a 300-pound carcass to, a day rather than a couple of days.
All right. That's a sorcery point. I will do that.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Discuss amongst yourselves. Have a scene.
Holding.
Uh,
I guess Barlow would return and mention the paw prints that he saw on the outskirts, unaware of what they could possibly be. They may be wolves. I'm not really sure.
In which direction were they headed?
I don't remember if Azeroth mentioned.
Oh, you just pick one.
That
In
way.
the direction they were heading.
Were they round or were they long?
They looked.
Or pod?
They're just paw prints. They looked kind of like
Okay,
wolf
so
prints.
there's not a
maybe,
bear,
or-
so that's always good. Bear
Yeah.
is bad.
I don't think it was a bear. It looked too small to be a bear.
So either we've had a lupine or feline or an Ithe wandering around. Yay.
So you do
I'd rather
remember.
have one of the first two. Hell, I'd rather have a bear.
So you do remember, Barlow, that the creature had like stopped and watched the camp for a little bit, and then left, and then you lost track of it in the brush.
Maybe you are right. Maybe it is the height. It seemed to be watching us.
Well, that's their history, is they watch us.
Yeah, they like to ambush. I remember
Ambushes suck.
Not if we ambush them. But
Yeah, but we're
Remember-
supposed to have civil.
yes, exactly. If we ambush their ambush, I don't think We can diplomatize at that point.
I don't think we can, no, we cannot talk our way out of ambushing their ambush. I cannot see that happening.
Yeah.
That's just not gonna work.
Well, they apparently make armor and weapons out of like an insectoid creature. Perhaps we could see if there's any of these insects in the vicinity and offer their parts as parley? Maybe a gift might pacify them more than just simple speech.
Maybe. You know,
Perhaps
not
we could
like
be
a
on the...
gift. Well, we'll find out. So, this is basically we've spent a day doing housekeeping.
Best to be prepared, correct?
Yes. Oh God, yes.
By
You
the
spend
way,
enough time without food, you like having it.
yes, by the way, great meat you got.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. And I assume the rest of us will too over the coming days.
Yes.
God, Barlow, casually, complimenting Catherine for her meat. Jeez.
Look, I was hoping, no, I thought of that after I said it. Phrasing was not
And I was
great.
ignoring it. I was ignoring it 100% because
No comment.
Exactly. I wish nobody commented. Thank you.
You don't get
can't
what
say
you
anything
wish. You don't get to have that. Come on. It's entertaining. I have to make sure that we all acknowledge it when it happens. It's part of my job.
Anyway,
moving along. Would you guys like to, camp since you're basically spending the day smoking some meats and brewing potions?
yes, I
All
think
right.
that sounds like a good. Considering we all got a bit chewed up after our last fight, an extra day of rest is never bad.
No. Okay. You guys can go ahead and camp down and spend the night. How close to the road do you think you would have set up camp?
Oh, good 200 feet away from the road. The road is
Yeah.
bad.
Okay.
say far away, probably.
Yeah.
Bad road.
As you guys are kind of like settling down to camp for the night, you do see that the Mardosian caravan has parked themselves just off the road, not blocking the highway, but they are still basically on the road in the forest. But they are way more staffed than you guys. There's that squad or so of guys you saw the other day. And then some, like a good 15 to 20 dudes just hanging out with weapons looking mean. And they're just, doing their job and, patrolling their perimeter and setting up watches and all that kind of stuff.
Sounds very reasonable.
Mm.
By the way, last session, didn't we have a chest with papers in it?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Did we have time to go through those papers? I don't remember.
We did, yes.
Okay.
They were from the box. Looked like it was from the Black Griffins. And we burned the corpse that we found it on. And I believe, if I remember correctly, it was like proof of a supply trade or something like that.
Yeah, they were requesting some artisanal supplies from Fordeth.
Yeah, it was also where we got the fulmination and the healing potion.
Okay. I couldn't remember if we translated the papers or not. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. And we determined that the trade hadn't, or the supply request hadn't been fulfilled yet, correct? Or possibly not?
Yes, because you found the request on the body as well as money that would fulfill the payment for said request on the body.
Yeah. How much was the payment again?
Oh, you didn't open it, so you don't know.
Gotcha.
You could look now, but that would be like, hey, I'm just gonna look at this purse that I found in front of everybody. If you're inclined to do that.
I guess Barlow would turn. Should we deliver the notes to the caravan, perhaps? Or do you think we would be back sooner than they would?
I think that would be an imposition, because they probably have a set route.
That is true.
And we are agents of the crown, so it befalls to us to do the right thing.
Yeah, that is correct. Perhaps I could talk to my father when we get back. Or maybe on our way. Though I doubt it. I think it's a little out of the way. Very well.
Okay.
I feel like I should be casting Mage Armor from the music alone. So, just for clarification, when it wears off, he recasts it.
Okay. Shink! You go ahead and you recast Mage Armor just because you're feeling a bit paranoid for no diegetic reasons.
Win always feels paranoid. That's why Win is still alive.
Yeah.
Says the DM.
The music's not diegetic. It's not happening in scene.
The wise
you
listen
think?
to the music. The foolish listen to the DM.
No, but Catherine's right. Like, you don't get caught unawares, and I'm a squishy sorcerer, so Mage Armor is a consistent thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You're just gonna pop Mage Armor at random sides, times, and just like, oh, cricket, Mage Armor, poof.
It's been 8 hours.
Yeah.
I don't probably slept it off, so
Yeah, okay. You spent a year down with the first expeditionary, and you learned to be paranoid real fast.
Oh yeah.
correct.
Especially around demons.
So, I guess we're going to spend the night.
Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and spend the night. I don't believe you need a long rest because you had already long rested and nothing has changed since then. So,
I have used a sorcery point. I would like to roll a long rest.
you may roll a long rest.
Thanks. I'll just reset my sorcery points back up.
And then Mage Armor right after.
Yes. Zoom.
And obviously keeping watch over the night.
Yes, who's keeping watch for the night?
Catherine will take first.
Sure.
Okay. Catherine takes first.
Second, then.
Barlow takes second watch. Who will take third?
And Saffron can take third.
Okay.
I will take somewhere between first and second.
Okay.
So
You'll get up and, you'll stay up a little bit and then head to bed, or you'll be up for a while and then head to bed, or are you, like, taking a nap and then waking up and then going back to bed?
I am keeping Catherine a little bit of company, and I'm keeping Watch 2 a little bit of company, and then going back to sleep. It does not feel right to sleep the whole night, so...
Gotcha, okay.
When everybody else is doing a watch, so...
Yeah. Alright, cool. So, go ahead and give me that perception check for first watch.
Okay.
Very nice. 21. That's good. So you're kind of keeping an eye out, a little paranoid from the other night, kind of expecting something strange to happen or something out of the ordinary, or perhaps like some asshole crows to take a perch, but nothing happens. It's quiet. Crickets and whatnot, little insects are doing their thing. They're buzzing.
All the right sounds.
All the right sounds, yeah. Little nocturnal birds are chirping away and all that kind of stuff. So it's comforting almost that the forest is quite alive tonight with the sounds of nature. So
good.
anything
Normal sounds.
Anything you want to talk to Wynn about during first watch?
Other than what does he think our chances are? Because this is getting weird because last night really creeped her out.
You can have that conversation if you'd like.
Wynn responds, yes, I am absolutely dealing with crying dogs. You are correct. Wynn says that there's a truth in story, and regardless, the fear is real. So, like, the sensations that you feel with these stories, even though it's a children's tale, it's supposed to be this children's tale, it comes from somewhere. It comes from something, and that gives it power. I don't think our chances are very good in this regard. That's why we were hired. We're here solely because we've proven that we've been able to get ourselves out of bad situations. The further we walk, the further in danger we're going to be.
Yippee! It's our life as usual. At least we'll be really well fed this time, as opposed to half starved.
That is true.
Mm-hmm. If I gotta die, I'm perfectly happy to die on a full stomach. Although I would prefer not to actually die.
I think I'd prefer that as well.
Okay, I think Barlow was taking second watch.
Barlow was. So you head to bed, Catherine, and Barlow gets up for second watch. So go ahead and roll for second watch, Barlow. And if there's any kind of conversation you want to have with Wynn, because Wynn is up, you may have that conversation, of course. So results of your check. Again, it's the night is after last night. Eerily, the sounds of nature are what they are, and it seems like everything is normal again.
Barlow will just kind of sigh, a little bit of relief washing over him, and then he'll look to Wynn and just smile, a friendly smile at him and say, "No, you can go to sleep if you want."
In a bit. I have been up for a while.
I noticed you helped cook the food. And I'm sure your daily spells, not quite sure how spellcasting works very often, is quite taxing.
It can be. I have a bit of a reserve, but...
No need to keep me company, though 4 eyes are better than 2, I suppose. So I thank you regardless.
Sure. And, about halfway through that watch, he'll kind of stretch and then retire to a bedroll.
Okay. Your watch otherwise goes by uneventful, Barlow.
Right. Barlow would wake up Saffron then.
Okay.
For the third watch.
You wake up Saffron for third watch.
Saffron wakes up and kind of repeats a couple of things. Chamomile, peppermint, basil. What is it, Barlow?
Sounds great for tea. However, it's your turn for watch.
I'm
going to go to bed. Kick me awake if something happens.
And he gives a nod and he goes on his watch.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a check for your watch.
Figures.
Oh,
Just had to be that
look,
way.
air.
It always ends that way, right?
You're definitely more focused on making sure your herbalism supplies are well in order, and you're kind of like feeling like the sun is going to be cresting over the eastern Darthak soon, and everything's quiet, and doesn't seem like anything's out of the ordinary going on after the first like minute of looking around. So you begin getting yourself ready for the day rather than keeping watch for things. You're well and ready for the day like a couple hours before dawn, and you kind of find yourself like, well, what do I do now? Meanwhile, Catherine, when you go to sleep, what is it that Catherine dreams about?
Depends. If it's dreams, it's probably back home. The woods there. If it's nightmares, it's the front line.
Yeah. Okay. So you're having a nice dream about, back home, back in the Leata Duchy, which, for purposes of stream, Ram, you're actually kind of close to where that is with your cursor right now. It's in this neighborhood here. This is the duchy that you come from, Catherine, and very mountainous, very much a duchy that is oriented on mining. You kind of are thinking about, before you go to bed, like, this is a very different terrain than what you grew up in. But there were forests in the Leata Duchy, and this is, that's where you learned your trade and your craft. You never really went into Scaraptica. Scaraptica is a different animal, but you were in the local Duke's forests, and that was fine. You're wandering through in your dream, kind of going on a hunt with your family, and you make a good kill, another deer, kind of reminiscent of this morning, and you turn back to exclaim to your dad that you got it, and he's gone. And now you look around and you're alone. You're alone in these woods. What do you do in this moment?
If I have my bow and arrow, they are out and locked and looking around because something is wrong.
You do have your bow and arrow. You're looking around. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Come on, mouse work. Perception. There.
Ugh.
That is never a good sound for the DM to make. It is never a good sound.
No. So you're looking around and you're trying to find anything, any difference in what's going on here, anything to latch onto. You're looking around and you see that a fog is beginning to roll in of sorts.
Fogs are not normal for that part of Cruinthe, so this is going to freak her out majorly because this is the sort of shit that happened down south.
Right, so a fog is rolling in and you're kind of bracing yourself. All right, I'm not going to be able to see. And then you breathe in deep, and it's not fog. You get a whiff of ember, a whiff of sulfur and smoke, brimstone from the now definitely a smoke that is coming into your path here. And you're looking at your hands and your bow, and you're realizing that this is your military gear. That's not the gear that you went hunting with when you were a kid.
Oh, God. She's going to look around and try and find Wynn or one of the others in their unit because she shouldn't be this far out. If the fog's rolling in, she's starting to panic because she's alone, and she shouldn't be alone and it continues in that sort of spiral
Mm-hmm.
over her head.
You look around. You're expecting to see Wynn, but the lieutenant is not there. The other lieutenant, the captain's first lieutenant, is standing next to you. Lieutenant Maloris is there, and he's kind of... He doesn't look right. He's in his uniform. He's kind of leaning casually against a tree. And the smoke is kind of like peeling around him and kind of like coming off of him in some spots where it's like a large billow of it slams into him and rolls over. It doesn't really hit him hard. It's smoke. But, you know, when it comes in contact, some of it just begins to come off of him like he's burning. And you know that this man is dead in life.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Do you say anything to him? Do you approach him? What do you do?
LT, did I die?
The lieutenant's head picks up, and it's this sort of burned and sunken, dried out face, and you can see in his eyes there's just the red glow of malice and hatred that came from the undead that you came across in the south, and the heat coming out of his mouth as he speaks the words, "You're not dead yet, Catherine, but
She
you
shoots
will."
him.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
Where would that be?
In your inventory, you would choose the weapon that you want to
Okay.
shoot him with.
All right, come on. It's equipped.
Mm-hmm.
Edit. I should be able to just click on it, right?
Yeah, to the left of the word, if the symbol, you
There it is.
hover over that and you click on that, and that'll populate it for you.
Okay.
There
thank
you go. Yeah. Okay, 17. Your arrow strikes him right in the chest, and fire bursts out of it and burns, and it begins to spread across his chest. You don't need to roll damage at all. And he goes, "It's funny. We fought so hard, and you go back home, and it follows you home, too. The infiltrator is going to get you. He's going to get all of you. Azamuku's not going to let you get away with finding out his little plan." And he sort of collapses into dust and ember.
Fuck this, running with a brick. That would be probably the point she wakes up, if the GM will allow it.
Absolutely, yeah. You wake up.
So she's going to wake up with a, ah!
You wake up with a scream, and you're in a cold sweat. It's dawn.
A cold sweat and trying to find her bow.
Yeah, it's dawn when you wake up. Meanwhile, Wynn, what are you dreaming about when you go to sleep? We'll wait to see if
I'm here.
Okay.
After having kind of a calm evening with Catherine and Barlow, slightly tense, but not the worst. He's probably dreaming of his sisters and back home when they were baking bread, and a fond memory of arguing over whether to make sourdough or rye.
Mm-hmm. You're in the midst of this argument about rye or sourdough, and one of your sisters goes, rye is definitely the lighter of the breads, and it doesn't really have a weird aftertaste, even if you do it perfectly or perfectly wrong. If you mess up a sourdough, it's just completely ruined, and then you may even mess up the starter. And your other sister goes, look, I don't know what kind of mook you are, but you can definitely not be a part of this family anymore if you mess up a sourdough. You can just fuck right off. And the other sister goes, well, I take general offense to that. That's no good. And this seems like a very weird and tilted conversation that they're having right now. It seems kind of off. It's not flowing in a natural way like your sisters had. Go ahead and give me an insight check.
Okay.
Oop, doggo.
I'm using my other mute, just so you know, on my microphone, because this has been so constant. They do not like this game.
They
You said
sense evil.
insight?
Yes, insight.
They do sense evil. That's good. That's good.
Okay. You're kind of getting a read off of these two, and they definitely are not your sisters. They are simulacra, or perhaps like puppets or stand-ins, or some kind of illusion that is happening in your dream, in your mind, and you're kind of becoming cognizant of the fact that something is doing something here, kind of probing mentally here.
If you'll let me, since we are baking, is there a way I can grab like a baking knife, something large, just to feel like I have some sort of control of this dream?
Sure, you grab a bread knife, a nice serrated bread knife. You raise it up and you are going to defend yourself, and one of your sisters turns to you and says, My, Thaddeus, you catch on all too quickly. If you weren't so talented and so smart, you would stand no chance against him. The other one starts, she's right, Azamuka is gonna flay you all alive. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be wonderful. Him and
Who are you?
well, don't worry about me. I'm just, you call it spirit. You call us invaders. You call us a lot of things, but this world was ours first. You're the invaders.
Do I have any sort of sense of what magic would do, since I know that this is a dream? Do I have any sort of sense to know what magic would do if I were to cast something
So,
in the dream?
Yes, so you've had some study in like how magic generally works and the physics behind it and all of that sort of thing. Magic is definitely an exertion of will over physics and in this world, and is definitely a bending of the natural order to your whims. And lucid dreaming is very much a similar thing. And so you could attempt to cast a spell in your dream and sort of change things. Now, the difference is, in a dream, you're not limited in your spellcraft. You could do whatever you want because it is just a dream. You don't have to fulfill the formula, right? You don't have to, plug in your energy and get your result. Your imagination is your limit in a dream. And so what do you want to cast? What do you want to do?
Are they facing me, or are they lined up? What is the position that they're in?
So there's the oven in front of you, and the three of you are kind of seated near it. The two of them are flanking the oven, and they're kind of sitting next to it, kind of facing you, almost like they're interviewing you with the oven. It's sort of like this strange interview kind of going on, but the three of them are the ones interviewing you, and you're the lone person on the other side of the table. The oven, the two sisters. There's no table though between you. So
I think Wynn would cast slow
Okay.
to slow down the conversation. Basically, I know that the intent of that is more physical, but they can't work as fast.
Okay.
So he's going to cast slow. Again, he's pointing the knife at them. And then if that works, he's going to thunder wave that entire wall,
Okay.
including them, including the oven.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
I would love to if this child stopped crying.
I don't know what to tell you, because she's going to be just as bad down here.
It's this game. That's not good.
Okay. As you begin the spellcraft for slow, the other one makes some gestures. One of your sisters makes some gestures, and the spell just snuffs.
Okay.
And the other sister goes, "It's not very appreciative of you to do. We're kind of doing you a favor here by even talking to you about this, You get that, right? We've come here and we've kind of started a conversation about what
You've come here to try to get in my head, and I do not appreciate it.
Well, if you're going to believe what you're going to believe. Do you want to thunderwave them anyway?
Can I actually insight what they're saying?
Sure, go ahead. Give me an insight check.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Ooh,
Very nice.
I was also going to ask if I recognized the name that they said, so...
You do not recognize the name that
Okay.
was said. You do, however, you're getting the impression that these spirits, these demons that have infiltrated your dream, are actual demons in the non-physical form. So normally, from what your understanding is, because you've been on the front lines for quite a while and you've kind of had some hands-on experience with this, when demons come over here into the material plane, they manifest through either walking through a portal, or they can manifest as a sort of spirit form and then take possession. These two demons are spirits. They're not quite physical here. And so they are also not banishable, but they are easily warded off. And you can do that with a variety of different things, such as, garlic or iron or, light itself will do that. And as you're kind of thinking about these things, you're noticing that the room that you guys are occupying is almost abject darkness. The only thing lighting it up is the oven, and it's just the heat and the flames of what is baking in the oven, giving off any light at all that you are seeing within this moment, in this dream. And you're kind of looking around, kind of figuring this out, and you also see the embers of malice in their eyes burning as well.
Okay.
And
then,
go ahead.
Instead of Thunderwave, I think I'd like to use Scorching Ray.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's a dream, can I make it radiant?
Sure, absolutely. You could do that in real life too. So go ahead and give me another.
I don't know if radiant's on the list.
Oh, it might not be. Go ahead and give me your. Go ahead and roll your spell attack for that.
Okay.
Radiant's not normally on your list, but you can do it in a dream.
Now, does that go for all three?
Yeah, it's for all three. So you blast a spread of radiant light out at them, sort of just poking holes through their forms in the dream, and they both kind of scream and laugh as they dissipate, and they're banished from the dream, and it kind of collapses in on itself, and you wake up. And it's dawn for you as well. Okay, moving along. Barlow, what do you dream about at night?
He's having a good dream
Mm-hmm.
about patrolling the lands of Mardoja.
Mm-hmm.
Probably with some of his brothers.
Sure. Okay.
Just kind of shooting the shit and generally having a good time.
Mm-hmm. So you're, enjoying your regular patrol with your brothers, and you're kind of hanging out with them, wandering the general duchy, moving from village to village, and uh, go ahead and give me a perception check as you're looking around and wandering around with these men who you've known your whole life. The first thing that you notice that's odd is one of the regular soldiers is sort of taken the ant theme a little too far with his armor. He's got like little antenna sort of things poking out of his helmet. He's got like full size mandibles on it. He's even sort of got like little hooks on the ends of his armor there. And you go up to approach him, and he kind of turns to you, and his helmet's got this like sort of structure to it that is very ant-like and kind of expected. You're like, oh, this guy's gone a little bit far with the theme here. What do you say to this dude? Now, it looks like he's just like a guy in armor.
Hmm. And this is just like a normal soldier?
It looks like it, yeah.
Barlow would approach the man and chuckle, and say, "You're taking the theme a little more seriously than even us. Considering who our father is, you'd expect us to be trying harder. What is with the get-up?"
You sort of take your whole selves a little seriously, don't you, rich boy?
Oh. Not the response I expected. Who are you?
And he kind of stares at you a little bit, and you kind of see in the eyes this like burning ember of malice kind of staring through you, and he goes, "I'm just one of many who've been banished from their rightful place. You sick little child. You little rich bastard. You entitled shit. We're gonna skin you all and burn you. Use you as fuel for magic. You're gonna scream."
Barlow's eyes will widen, and he'll pull out his flame-tongue scimitar and kind of kneel down and place it like tip first into the ground and kind of lean on it. And he'll smile at the demon, and he'll say, "Enlighten me." And his sword will burst into flame.
The interesting thing, as you go to do that, and you're expecting your sword to burst into flame, nothing really happens. And there's a little bit of laughter that cackles out about around you, and you also suddenly notice that all of the soldiers now have the same getup going on. Even your brothers have the same getup going on, and they, in unison, say, "What are you gonna do with that fish, boy? It's not a sword. It's not gonna do anything to us." And you look down, and the sword's a fish. It's like a big long herring.
Can Barlow do like an insight check or something? Maybe try and realize if it's a dream and regain a little bit of control over it?
Sure, absolutely. Go ahead and make me an insight check. Okay, a 12. So you're kind of realizing that the demons here have the upper hand at the moment. They have a little bit of more insight into you than you expected, and that posturing isn't going to work on them. They've kind of got their hooks at you. So you're gonna have to try something different to get out of this.
Hmm. Barlow's smile kind of fades, and he stands up from his crouched position, looking a little more scared, but still relatively calm. And he'll look around, realizing he is surrounded, and say, "All right, shall we talk then? What do you want from us?"
I already told you what I want from you.
Hmm. Very well. Well, I can tell you that I believe you've bitten off a little more than you can chew. And Barlow will attempt one more time to manifest his flame tongue sword.
Okay, give me a wisdom check for that.
Natural
20. Yeah, so you raise the fish, and it becomes the sword again, and it is on fire as if it had been conjured before. And the ant demon kind of skitters back and goes, "Fine, you win this round, little prick. But don't worry, we'll be back to skin you soon." And they all puff and vanish.
Barlow kind of chuckles and smiles as the dream fades.
You wake up, and it's dawn.
Mm.
Don't feel left out, Ram. You actually don't sleep at night because you have your meditations.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you have been skipped. Just want the audience to be aware why, and the player to be aware why. So everybody's
feel skipped.
yeah. So all of the humans, Saffron, you notice, are all waking up at the same time. Two of them look a little freaked out. One of them looks a bit freaked out as well, but also a little triumphant at the same time.
Yeah, he'll observe this even in his trance. You know, if it was a dream or just thought, he would be thinking about things like flowers, growth, flourishing, beauty, and fertility. But he would also notice each of his companions waking up, and he would whisper to himself, "Bad things never walk alone," and just kind of get up and say, "Are you okay, everybody?"
No, not okay. Fucking ass demons.
I believe she's right, though I would put it less eloquently.
You weren't on the Southern Line. You didn't have them trying to get into your brain. It's trying to having to need to kill one of your companions because they got into his head sucks.
Oh, I meant no offense. I can't pretend to understand only what we just went through.
Well, player Kath is thoroughly freaked out and has lost any grasp she had of the social niceties that were drummed into her back in school.
When he hears that everybody else has had the same problem, goes from triumphant to feeling very pissed.
Should we talk about it, or should we just move on?
I think we should get the hell out of here.
Agreed. Barlow would turn to Wynn and I guess Saffron as well. Be like, do you... I know, Wynn, you're well versed in magic, and Saffron, I believe your discipline leads you a little bit of insight into the psyche. Do you know what a way to perhaps defend against such attacks in the future?
Do I know of anything?
Hold on.
Yeah, would Saffron know of a potion or something?
There's no alchemical cure for this. You know that already. Go ahead and give me history checks, both of you.
Both as in Saffron and Wynn?
Yes, you're asking them.
I know nothing.
So when
Yes.
you were in school, there was some brief discussion about demons and their, the way that they operate and the way that they are more or less known throughout the world. And so you recall the collected texts regarding the spirits known as demons, mostly made by unknown authors. And specifically, you recall the entry that reads as follows: salt, iron, blessed water, garlic in great numbers, silver. Keep them around your home by every means of ingress, so that when the demon is incorporeal, barely attached to this world, its insidious whispers or tendrils of rapacious control cannot invade you, for all are invaders at the core of their black hearts.
There are materials, ingredients that can help protect from their invasions. Would this be a region that has garlic?
I mean, yeah.
I'm asking Saffron.
Oh. Saffron.
But sure.
Sorry. Saffron, yes.
Garlic is a bitter plant, but the fruit is sweet. What do you want me to roll?
You don't have to roll anything. You know,
Right.
you know that garlic is a thing here.
Yep.
We should collect that.
Our
Keep an eye.
weapons are iron, right?
Yes. Yes, your weapons are iron.
Would they be effective
Iron or more
against?
steel?
So the reading again is as follows. It says salt, iron, blessed water, garlic in great numbers, silver. Doesn't say anything about steel, but steel is, iron that's
Well,
been.
no. What I'm saying is that steel is.
Carbonized iron.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not pure iron. So does it need to be pure iron?
That's unknown. You're also, as you're bringing this up and you're talking to each other, when you recall another entry that follows that one, and it says, some might tell you to keep a piece of iron or silver on you, or to bathe in garlic water, salt water, or holy water to keep you safe when you go about town. That's a fine precaution against spirits, but the manifested will still be laughing at your presumptions while they're eating you alive.
Stab them with the pointy end.
Right. I think I remember seeing that somewhere. So Wynn is going to describe what happened in his dream after saying we should still collect the garlic as a precaution. And try to emphasize controlling your dream and not losing your sense of self. Know it's a dream, react. Don't let them get in your head.
Arlo would echo said sentiment, basically describing how he was able to break out, or at least regain control for a moment.
Catherine's just going, I just killed the LT. I mean, hit him with the pointy end of the stick?
I suppose that works as well.
It works for damn near everything.
Good to know.
All right, so you guys are ready to pack up and head along the road?
Yes.
Okay.
Kath wants to get far away from this place. It has creeped her out substantially.
Okay.
As they're gathering supplies, Barlow will just shake his head and go, "Boiled little shit, huh?" And that's it.
All right, we will take a break here for 15 minutes-ish. Be back at 8:45 U.S. East.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Welcome back! Our intrepid party arrives at the bridge crossing over the Malin River. This bridge is integral. It connects the highway between Mardosia and the Western Duchies and Fortith, the capital city. It is a narrow construction, but it is sturdy and strong, and it is well patrolled. You arrive here roughly mid-morning. The scene is yours.
Well, Saffron would say, this doesn't look good.
Would like to...
Question for the Game Master. Is this the bridge we were supposed to get to and
Yes.
check?
Yes.
Okay.
Barlow would like to scout around.
Sure.
He's gonna go into stealth first.
Go ahead, roll stealth.
Hopefully it's better than last time. No, it's not.
Oh.
Saffron will go the opposite direction as Barlow.
All right.
I think the last time I rolled stealth, it was a 2.
Yeah. Please move your tokens in the directions you wish to go.
Barlow, you first.
Actually, go like this way.
Right. I'll go up that way.
Okay.
Wynn is going to stay with Catherine.
Okay. Jericho's going to stay with Barlow because that's what he would do, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Contrary to what Catherine usually does, we're watching 6.
Okay. I mean, I guess, should I do a perception check then?
It's up to you. It's your scene. What you want to do?
Okay, yeah. He's gonna look around, see if anything's hiding nearby, or if anything's happened to the bridge, or
Okay.
around the bridge.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check, then. 13? You don't see anybody hiding in the brush or anything nearby. As you kind of look at the bridge, you take a look at it. It looks clear.
I know that tone of voice.
Ah.
I guess Saffron will do the same. He'll take a look. He'll parallel the road up into the bridge and try to ascertain if the bridge is safe to cross.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check, then. Okay. So you're kind of like scanning this direction as you go? Like a...
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be looking kind of like, that direction.
Okay, awesome. So you're kind of scanning up ahead, and you're pretty sure you saw something over here dive behind, the tree and out of your view. Something big.
Would he be able to differentiate between man or animal?
With that perception check and the time of day, it was man-sized, moved like an animal.
Oh, even worse. Okay. After seeing that, Saffron will stop and kind of, try to keep out of vision of where it may see.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that. I want this. He'll move back to the road and kind of look at Wynn and Catherine and hold up one finger and kind of point across the bridge, kind of saying, "Hey, there's something over here," and then squats down with like this finger above his lips, going, "Shh."
Okay, continue.
Cass is going to see that happen, and so aid into this part.
Okay.
Yeah, I think once we know that something is watching the road, it makes sense to kind of fall into the sides. Is where Catherine is higher ground or anything, that little section there? Is that a hill?
Yes, that is a hill that Catherine is next to.
Okay, then Catherine's going to get up on the hill to have slightly better view.
Yeah, and would be covering, so also up here. Probably crouching behind this bush.
Okay, that is a tree.
Same difference.
Yeah.
behind that tree, then.
Okay.
Would Barlow have to climb to get on top? Like over here?
That is roughly a 5 to 10 foot, somewhere in that neighborhood, Of course, nature is not evenly numbered for your convenience. So it is in that neighborhood of between 5 and 10 for the purposes of the system, feet off the ground.
So he could jump it rather easily?
You could jump and climb it pretty easily. It wouldn't require a check, basically.
Okay.
There's enough handholds, and it would be significantly of ease to do. So.
Barlow probably also saw and heard Saffron mention that something was over there, correct?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how loud Saffron was. How loud were you, Saffron? Loud enough for the whole group to hear?
To be honest, it was hand signals. I got to the edge of the road so I can be seen.
Then
so
no.
Yeah, if Barlow saw me, or if Jericho saw me, he would remain silent, not to give up his position.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Barlow is unaware then?
Yes.
Barlow would just probably kind of wait there and look into the river again,
Okay.
and then look towards his allies to see what they would be doing.
All right, you go ahead. Give me a perception check for the river.
Oh, that's better.
22? Okay. You definitely just saw something kind of dash this way.
I'm assuming I didn't get a good enough look at it to tell what.
Nah, there's a lot of trees and brush over there. You definitely saw something move, like the plants moved.
Mhm.
They kind of like whoosh. So you're not sure like which direction it moved from, but that is the range that something moved in.
Sorry, nephew came in. Can you repeat that one more time?
Yes. So across the river here, something moved in this range because you can see the plants moving. You're not sure which direction it moved, but it definitely moved in this range.
Okay. Barlow would take his short bow out, kind of move back 5 feet, and also give hand signals to Jericho that he saw something move across the bridge. Can he see Saffron and Catherine?
They are not technically in stealth, so yes.
I mean, I'm technically not in stealth either. That roll.
Based on your roll, no, you're not.
Yeah, Barlow would kind of also give hand signals to them and say he saw, basically like, indicate that he saw something move across the bridge.
Mm.
Yeah, and if Saffron observed that, he would again try to turn back and now holding 2 fingers, kind of gesturing towards across the bridge.
Sure.
Gotcha.
So we could try to stealth across the bridge and maybe see if we can surprise him.
Yeah. Does it look like there's another crossing anywhere across the bridge or across the river?
Not here, you know that, because this is basically the divider between your land and Crown land.
Mm-hmm.
The nearest ford is either 80 miles north or 120 miles south.
Oh boy.
Wait
That
right
is not
here.
very close.
I'll be right back.
This crossing is it.
Is it?
Yeah. That's why it's so heavily checked after. So it's important.
Well, Barlow, if you can make eye contact with Saffron, he would kind of look at you and kind of gesture like, can you hold a badge up or pull some papers of whatever, and kind of hold his hands up, looking at you.
Yes.
You're the noble.
Yes, the universal signal for where's your badge, dude?
Yeah. So you know it. That's good. I'm glad.
Right?
For the record, Wynn is casting mage armor.
Okay, go ahead.
Does Barlow have a badge? I know he has his emblem like on his shoulder pads.
No, so
Well,
go
well,
ahead.
Saffron would probably want to go in. I mean, maybe he takes a different approach, and he can maybe pass without a trace on Barlow himself and scurry across the bridge to see what's going on.
So here's what you would have. Every Cruinthian citizen is issued identification. It is on a metal plate. The metal plate's roughly 4 inches long and about 3 inches wide. And it basically has an imprint of your description on it, and it's done through magical means. So, you touch it, it's yours, and it basically verifies that this is you. You have your pedigree, which is just basically proof that you are who you say you are, and you have your signet ring, and those are the things that prove that you are who you say you are. The emblem is the emblem. It's just, anyone can sew a patch on. But the ring, between the ring and the scroll, that's proof that you are who you say you are.
Okay.
And the identification, because that will, that's in triplicate. All these forms definitely prove that you are who you say you are. So.
Gotcha.
So you're gonna
my digital passport.
Yeah, you're gonna turn around and look at the other side of the river there.
Me or Saffron?
You were
Yeah.
you were saying you were gonna do something, so you're looking that way now.
Oh no, I was just measuring because I have 50 foot of rope.
Oh, okay.
And I was seeing what the distance would be.
50 feet from here to there. From this tree to that tree, it's definitely 50 feet.
Yeah. Barlow would kind of double back a bit. Be out of sight of like the bridge line or the tree line from the other side, and then make his way across the road. And he would attempt to talk to Saffron in like hushed whispers. Be like, "So, what do you think we should do? I could walk across the bridge. My station offers me more protection than most to ambushes. However, we don't know what would."
You cut off at the end.
However, we don't know what might ambush us.
Saffron would respond, the mere fact that they are hiding means they are not friendly. Most bridges where it is peaceful would be visible. I suggest we proceed with caution.
One of us could go be conspicuous and lure them out, or perhaps we can attempt to cross the river somewhere else. I do have rope. I don't know how easy that would be, though.
Saffron would say, perhaps I cast an illusion of a man walking across the bridge to see their reaction. Either as a deception to give you time to cross, perhaps.
Barlow's eyes will widen and he'll say, "That sounds like a great idea. Should we? I will go talk to the sergeant and the lieutenant, and let them know of our plan."
He nods and crouches back down.
Barlow comes over and, to save some time, tells them what the plan was, and then asks their opinion. Do they want to have one of us just walk out in the open and be conspicuous and lure people out, or do we want to try and cross the bridge to the south or the north on a narrower channel?
Well, important question. How fast is the river here?
It's quite fast. These white, it's basically white water here.
That's 5.
Yeah, I was going to say 1 to 5. Which one?
Yeah, probably in the neighborhood of 3.5 to 4.
Okay. So, I can wade 2, but I can't go any higher than that. So, it's 3 or 4. Yeah, you can't wade across it. There's that narrow place downstream from the bridge that we might be able to get across. But I think maybe sending an illusion of someone crossing the bridge might be a better idea.
I agree.
Lynn, what do you think?
I think it makes sense to see what they're going to do first. And I can provide some coverage.
Very well. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if we're gonna do something like that, can we get into a better position where this is another hill over here-ish?
Mm-hmm.
Can we, kind of stealth over that way?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll stealth checks.
Am I re-rolling?
You may
Cass
re-roll.
is going to stealth this way.
Sure.
Everybody stealth for life.
How do I get rid of the
Oh, God!
thing?
Are you serious?
Oh my god! That is a true pain if I've ever seen one.
Worst rogue ever.
I'm sorry.
God.
What was your question again, Gavi?
I figured it out.
Okay.
13 for me.
Alright, 13 for you.
Well, I did not myself. That's why it didn't happen. That's why. Duh.
Saffron's got a 20. A 9. You definitely stepped on a twig and you're like, definitely
Better than Barlow is.
definitely should not have stepped on that.
But I am in fact better
You
than
sound like a
Barlow.
merchant cart going over ruts in the road,
Yeah.
clanking.
Jericho got a 17, but he's hiding behind this small bush. Okay.
All right, if we're all in position, then I guess Saffron will try to generate a minor illusion of the outlines of a humanoid walking across the bridge, non-distinct, but within the constraints of the spell, of course.
Absolutely.
Even though this should be obvious, Catherine does have her bow and it is knocked.
Okay. I mean, I just assume that you walk everywhere with that thing loaded. So
Pretty much.
We can
Sometimes
Loaded in mage armor.
Yep. Sometimes it's good just to make sure.
we can ready actions, correct?
yeah, absolutely.
Arlo would have his bow ready to attack anything that basically acts hostile towards them.
Okay.
As long when they're spotted, if they get spotted, that is, I should say.
Okay. So you send your illusion across the bridge, and is there anything else that you guys want to do for prep?
Not that I can think of. I don't know about the others. Win?
I got
Give
Catherine
anything-
behind me, range, so I'm good.
No, I'm good.
Also
I don't
good.
know what would be most helpful, so right now he's not preparing a spell to let out, but he is prepared to cast if he needs to, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Something with range would probably be good to have on hand.
Right, but they're all spells and different. They do different things, so I don't have one thing in particular that I have ready to cast.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Basically.
Although the GM is going to smoke us and we're going to get across the bridge and then we're going to get attacked because that's how it rolls.
Right.
So the I'm sorry, I have to laugh, and you'll find out in a minute. So you go ahead and you create your illusion. You send Timmy across the bridge, and as he gets about halfway across the bridge, you see coming out of the trees 1, 2, 3, 4 javelins come out of the woods and basically skewer through Timmy, bounce and splinter and break off. All of you roll perception checks. Okay. Barlow, you see in succession 1, 2, 3, 4, the throwers of the javelins Catherine, as you know, a little bit after, you see those arms yeet those javelins at the bridge as well. Thaddeus, you see, Wynn, you just see the javelins. You don't notice the creatures that threw them. And Saffron, you're focused on your illusion. You're busy. At the same time, you're kind of Barlow. You get the sinking feeling that this isn't what it seems. And at that very moment, you feel hot breath on your neck.
Oh.
And you spin, and you notice the others that came from the side. And we're going to now roll initiative. So let me just put you all in combat stance real quick.
Yay. Sorry, do we roll initiative or do you roll initiative?
I will roll initiative for my NPCs. You will roll initiative for yourselves. And you guys can go ahead and roll as soon as you're in the tracker.
Remember that time that Catherine was like, I'm watching our 6.
I did hear that.
I gotta roll for Jericho. Okay. And let's go ahead and change our musical tune. I believe I prepped this earlier, but I'm going to try preloading it again just in case. Come on. Okay, then it's already loaded. You guys can hear music?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
At the top of the order, Saffron.
Would I have an understanding of where these
No.
creatures are?
No. You rolled a 9, so you're unaware of where the creatures are over here on the other opposite side.
Gathered, but at my side.
On your side, you go ahead and give me another perception check. Let's see if you notice them at all.
Yeah, only because of the first rule. That's why
Yes.
I ask. Yeah, no.
No, you don't notice them at all. You're focused on where your illusion was. And still is, really. It's right around here. It's in the middle.
Alright, well then he'll just concentrate on that until he gets to a point where he can do something different.
Okay. End of your turn.
Yep.
This huntress moves up behind Catherine. Basically roars in her ear.
I don't know what reaction I can do other than throw a punch.
And is going to take a swing with the scimitar.
Ow.
Can my ready to action go off or no?
You readied an action for when you
shoot his short bow.
Yes, you would.
What?
You can only shoot someone on the far side though,
Okay, gotcha.
because you noticed them first.
Hmm.
So you may execute that if you would wish.
I guess so.
Might
I'll
as,
do
might as
the
well.
one up here.
It's 90 feet.
Hmm. Where is it?
So that would be a disadvantage.
Yeah.
You
That's three ones in a row.
after you saw the javelins come out, you're like, oh, I see one of them. You go to fire your bow. You feel the heat on the back of your neck. The arrow hits the ground. You turn around. There's an Ithe huntress right next to you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically that. Moving along right back to where we were, the Ithe huntress comes up behind you, Catherine, and swings her scimitar. 16 to hit.
Uh-oh.
Armor class is 16.
I hits you. That's on the money.
Yep.
That is 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Okay, next turn. A knife huntress across the way. She is going to run up to the bridge and then sprint across it. Thaddeus, your turn. Or Win. I don't know what it is, but when I read your character, I say Thaddeus first. Because that's the first name.
Sorry, I have one more question, just real quick.
Okay.
My scout ability gives me the opportunity to move up to, I believe, is it half my movement speed as a reaction? When an enemy, I believe, ends its turn near me.
You've already used your reaction to execute
you're right.
your
that is a
attack.
reaction, isn't it?
It is.
Never mind.
Win, your turn.
Okay. Win is going to I have two things that I'm trying to do, and I'm not very good at the Foundry at looking at what these spells do, so is everybody still there?
Yeah, we're all here. We're just waiting.
Okay,
You
waiting with bated breath.
You have our rapt attention.
I see that. All right. I think this is a bonus action. I'm going to, as a first, I'm going to cast a first level ice knife.
Okay. At whom? You got a plethora of targets.
It's it's ranged, so I might do poison spray instead. Sorry.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, let's do except poison spray is a cantrip. God damn it, Janet. I hate it. Of too many things I'm trying to balance. Yeah, let's just poison spray the one in behind me.
Poison spray this bitch?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's a con save.
It must succeed. Yep. Con save. Save DC is 16.
Okay.
Sorry for taking so long.
It's okay. Fails.
Alright. And we'll keep it poison damage.
Okay. 6.
For a whopping 6.
You go ahead and you put your hands together and you send out a splash of gas, and that gas just covers it in the face and goes hissing, angry, unhappy, kind of sick. That is your action.
Can I... No, I'll stay where I am. I'll stay where I am.
Alright, it is Jericho's turn. He will go ahead and rage. Oh, I should put his stuff on public. And then he's going to make a great sword attack. 19 will hit.
Nice.
And he's going to do damage. That is 11 points of slashing.
Nice.
Minus another additional 2 because of the rage. And then Jericho is going to attack again because he has extra attack. So that is 2 attacks. 7 misses. That is the end of his turn. Okay. Brings us to this Huntress right here. That is next to Barlow and Thaddeus. And that Huntress is going to make a scimitar attack against Barlow. 19.
That definitely hits.
5 points of damage.
Okay.
And now a bite attack against Win. 7. Misses. Okay. That is the end of that Huntress's turn. It is now Huntress across the way's turn. She is going to move 30 feet to the bridge, and then another 10 across, and then 40 for her dash. As the end of her turn. It is now this Huntress's turn. She's going to retaliate against our boy, Jericho, with a scimitar attack. Misses with a 9, and then here comes the bite attack. 14. 14 hits. Okay. And that is 4 damage, halved to 2. Okay. That is the end of her turn. Catherine, it is now your turn.
I need to check a distance real quick. No, damn it. Okay. Catherine is going to shoot the one that attacked her because that's the rules of combat. I was attacked, therefore I can retaliate.
Up close and personal and melee like that, a ranged attack is at disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want
Then
to...
I'm going to punch her.
You have a dagger. You could knife her.
Yes, I do. Alright, I'll knife her.
Okay.
Or stab her with the arrow. Either one works.
Either way, we'll count it as a dagger. You do get an extra attack, so you get 2 attacks with this.
Yes.
Ooh.
25 hits.
Alright, roll damage.
Go ahead and roll pokey damage for that dagger. Okay, 4. And then your second attack. You want to shank her again?
Yeah, I'm Skippy.
24.
Alright.
Nice rolls. Go ahead and roll damage again. Another 4 points of damage.
Oh no.
It's a 1d4. Come on.
Yeah, it is what it is. Okay.
It is what it is.
Bonus action?
I do have a bonus action, I believe. Can I attack her again?
No, unfortunately. For the
No, but-
2-weapon wielder, you need to have 2 light or finesse weapons in each hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Don't you have Hunter's Mark?
I'm gonna tag her with Hunter's Mark.
Okay, she is now marked with Hunter's Mark. Okay.
Yep. Which I should have done to begin with, but hey.
We can move the order of operations. I'm benevolent in that fashion. So Hunter's Mark.
That means I get an extra D6 on her for
Yes.
damage.
So go ahead and roll
An
that.
extra D6. I'll
Absolutely.
take an extra D6. Yeah.
Let's.
Does Hunter's Mark only activate once per turn? Or can it happen more than once?
Whenever you hit it with a weapon attack. So go ahead and roll it a second time. You did hit her twice.
This is true, I did. Come on.
I got you.
Why are you being annoying? Oh, that's why.
Very good. So you get slashed across the back. Your armor takes the brunt of it. You turn around, pulling your sidearm because you know that it's on. This is too close for comfort. You need to stab whatever it is next to you to death.
Stab block.
So you turn around. She's right there. You don't even acknowledge. You just are just going to town, stabbing her in the chest, and just blood spurt, roar. Yep. Good work. End of your turn?
End of turn.
Okay, Barlow, it is your turn now.
Remind me, do you do flanking?
I do flanking.
So if I'm here, will that be flanking?
That would be flanking.
Alright. So Barlow's going to drop his short bow and equip his scimitar.
Okay.
His bonus action disengage, get behind the huntress, and then attack with the scimitar.
No need to bonus action disengage. You wouldn't elicit an opportunity attack because you're still within her melee range as you move. So.
Gotcha. Sorry, I get Pathfinder rules mixed up sometimes.
It's okay. You may make your weapon attack.
All right.
And because
Come on.
you have advantage, you automatically get sneak attack.
Yeah. Advantage. Oh, sorry. Before the attack, he's gonna say "Enlighten me," and it's gonna burst into flames.
Sure. 19 hits.
All right. So damage. And then 2d6. And what's my sneak attack again? 3d6. So 5d6. Oh, whoops, that's wrong.
You need to click other formula for the damage for Flame Tongue Scimitar.
Oh, I was just gonna roll 5d6.
You can do that. It's just supposed to be already built in. Yeah,
gotcha.
It's already built in, so you should, when you roll damage for it, when it's on fire, roll on other formula instead. So
okay.
Instead of 6, you do 14.
Gotcha, and then 2d6 or 3d6 for sneak attack? Yeah, 3d6.
It's dead. It's very dead.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's fine.
So you get around it and you swing your sword, cutting it across the back as it's trying to turn to keep its eyes on both of you, and you cut it down, sending searing flames across its back. It's face down in the dirt.
Alright. Barlow's going to nod at Thaddeus and then bonus action hide.
Okay.
Try and slip into the brush.
Okay, roll stealth.
If it's another one, I swear to God.
Here it comes.
8.
14 total.
Almost what you wanted.
Yeah.
All right, 14 total.
5 and 15.
If you move any farther, you will be out in the open, and you will lose stealth.
Can I go here?
You could go there, yes.
Alright, end of my turn.
All right. It is now the Ithe Manslayer's turn.
He sounds like a nice guy.
Okay, he's going to make an attack with his glaive. Coming out of the woods is a large male Ithe. Definitely a head taller than the females, and they are tall already. They're definitely, if they like stand up fully, taller than you all. But because of the way that their leg anatomy works, they kind of like sit at around the 5 foot and change height, or stand normally at the 5 foot and change height. This one is a full head and a half taller than them, and it is got this like nice carapace armor over it. It's wielding a long glaive. It takes a slash with that glaive at Jericho for 22, which hits,
Ooh.
dealing 9 points of damage, reduced to 4.5 to 4. So, and then it does a claw attack. A 24 to hit, and that is D4 plus its strength modifier. Okay. And that is 5 points of damage reduced to 2. Okay. Is now this Huntress's turn. She moves over this way, and then another 10 feet. And then another 10 feet to make her normal movement of 40, and then she moves another 40 feet as she runs. They are quite fast. That is the end of her turn. It is now Saffron's turn. At the beginning of the round, I will ask one of you and elect someone to roll a d20. So choose someone to roll a d20.
Not Barlow.
Not Barlow.
My luck is either really good rolls or really bad rolls.
I mean, I'm top of the round. I can roll the first one. We just go down the list.
That would work.
Sure.
All right, I'll roll it.
$11. Okay. You may take your turn as normal.
Okay. So Saffron will kind of crouch and kind of get into the leopard pose and pulling out his quarterstaff, and he'll take, since he's close to this guy, I have no number on him, but this guy next to me, he'll attack twice with this quarterstaff.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attacks.
Going to staff attack. It is not letting me take a quarterstaff attack for some reason.
It's posting them though, so maybe it's lag.
Yeah, it might be lag. Okay, so attack. Normal. Misses the first.
The first is a 10. Yes, that misses.
Waiting for the second to come up. I'll actually use the same one.
You can use the same one, yeah.
Yeah.
That will hit.
All right. I'll roll some damage.
Nine points of damage as you whack her over the head with your staff.
All right. And when he does that, he is going to shadow step from that position, which is up to 60 feet. He can teleport.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to teleport to the midpoint on the bridge.
Okay.
And that will be his round.
All right. End of your turn. It is now this Huntress's turn. The one that is marked. She is going to make a scimitar attack against Catherine. They are locked in melee. That is a natural 20.
Oh no.
That is minimum roll on the damage, though. 15 points of damage.
Ow.
That's
Yeah.
minimum?
So it's roll and then... Yeah, so it's roll and then plus the full size of the dice plus the modifiers.
Yeah.
So it's 1 plus 8 plus 6 came out to 15. Don't let them crit you.
Well, no shit.
First roll of combat, no crits.
No crits.
Yeah.
No crits, baby. No crits.
I forgot we were doing that other type of crit.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
It basically guarantees terrible, terrible damage
On
Nice.
both sides.
on both sides. Yes. That is the end of her turn. It is now this huntress's turn, who suddenly realizes that one of the quarries is on this side of the bridge.
Hello.
Hello. Scimitar attack. 15
That is my armor class equals.
on the money. Okay, that hits. And that is 8 points of slashing damage, and she's going to try to bite you. Uh, 14 misses. So she slashes you as you appear. You notice that she's behind you. Take the slash. Here comes the teeth. You dodge out of the way of the teeth. Very long canine teeth on both the top and the bottom. Definitely very panther-like mouth. Okay, that is the end of her turn. It is now It is now Wynn's turn.
Okay.
The one behind you is dead.
Great. Love to hear. Alright. Can Wynn slide down next to Barlow, like
Mhm.
here-ish?
Yeah.
And what I want to try to do, it might even be better for me to like slide over here if I can. Because what I
Sure.
want to do is like a lightning straight to hit all three of these guys. So I'm basically trying to get like right in here-ish as far as movement,
Okay.
and hit these three. Is that possible?
You want to hit which three specifically? This
I'm
one,
trying
this
to
one, and this
hit-
one?
These three.
Are those three in a line?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get into the angle where I can do that
All right. So
without hitting Catherine.
Thank you.
gotcha.
Although, I'm sure Kath has seen this maneuver before.
You can hit these two definitely. This one,
No, I have to be able to hit the two getting Catherine.
okay. You would need to
Can
be
I,
well.
can I get him out of the way? Can
Yes,
I be
you
on top of him?
You can swap with him. You can like move him. Go ahead and give me an athletics check if he's willing.
I could also use my reaction to move.
Sure. I mean,
'Cause
if you guys
this
want to,
this one,
let me finish.
Alright.
If you
Go ahead.
want to coordinate and do that, you can. I will allow it. So,
I also could have still been on the higher ground if I felt like up there I had a better visual of doing it. So whatever seems to make the most sense.
all right. So if you want to use your reaction to swap places and kind of do one of these alley-oops, that's fine.
yeah, I'm willing to do that.
All right. So
Okay.
that gives
That's
you your
awesome.
line to hit these two.
Okay. Am I gonna hit Jericho?
No. Absolutely not.
There's no way I can slightly crouch a little bit to the other side to get the last guy even like just a twinge. Like look at that.
If
Just a
you
wee bit.
if you
Look
did,
at that.
Don't hit me.
you'd be risking hitting, like, even if I did this, right? If I moved it to here or something, you'd still be hitting. Oh shit. Even if you were here, if you were there, you could hit all three of them.
So again, I will say if I feel like there's a better line up at the top.
Yeah, right there. That hits.
Should-
That hits.
Should
Yeah, that hits all three of them.
I was like, there has to be a place. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You would need to
Let's-
be here to not take damage.
That's fine.
Okay.
I was gonna say he's a rogue. He has dex saves.
Are you breaking out a lightning bolt?
That's what that is, right? The line?
Yeah.
Yeah. This
Okay.
is the spell I think it is, right? Like
Nice.
the line of lots of damage?
Yeah, that's what that is. Yeah, go ahead and lightning bolt that. Go ahead and roll damage. I will roll their dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
First one fails. All the dice.
Fuck.
Second one fails. Third one passes. So, the first two take 28 points of lightning damage, killing them both outright. The third,
yeah, they do, because they attacked my friend.
the third one takes 14 and dodges slightly out of the way, only receiving damage from the static. So these two are dead.
Oh, good.
He nods at Catherine.
End of your turn?
Thank you so very much.
Yes. End of turn.
Okay. It is now Jericho's turn. Jericho's going to take a greatsword attack at the Ithe he's been working on. Hits. Dealing 11 points of slashing damage, killing her.
Nice.
He's going to make a greatsword attack at the one behind him. Hits. Dealing 9 points of slashing damage. It is still alive. Third attack. Oh, wait. And -2 from strength. Or from rage. Third attack. Going to try to finish her off. 20. Not natural. Dealing 13 points of slashing damage, finishing her off. Oop, that was a big number. That was a big number by accident.
She explodes.
Did you see that? The numbers pop up?
Yeah.
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 132.
I meant 13. So you see him just go nuts on the first huntress, swinging his greatsword down, kind of splitting her like 30% of the way through her chest. Blood spray goes down. Turns around, hits the one behind him. She staggers, screeches, not dead. He loses it again, slashes into her, breaks into her ribs, kind of making her crumple, and she kind of like falls off the bridge and goes into the water. Sploosh.
Excellent.
It is now Catherine's turn.
Catherine says ow and shoots the one behind, or tries to shoot the one behind Saffron after casting Hunter's Mark on him, because I can do that because the first one went down to 0 before the spell ended.
Yeah, it moves. Yeah. So go ahead and roll your attack.
Okay.
Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum.
Bump.
Bum bum. 22 hits.
22 hits. Damage. Normal. Plus 1d6. Ah, for fud's sake. Close Hunter's Mark. Ah!
You're rolling a lot of ones there for the damage.
Oof. So total of 7 points of damage. Right, 5 and 2, 7. Okay. So you shoot her. That's your first attack. You have 2.
I'm gonna shoot her again.
Yeah, go ahead. Teach her who's boss.
Am Skippy.
Oh, natural 1.
No!
Darn.
So you go to pull an arrow out of your quiver, and you kind of get stuck trying to find one because, you know,
I hurt.
you're hurting.
Trust me, I hurt.
I
hurt.
Okay. It's the end of your turn. Barlow, it is now your turn.
My turn.
Because you moved as a bonus action, you did your attacks. Unless you want to move. You can move if you want to, Catherine.
Nope, might as well stay where I am for right now.
Okay.
Hey, that guy's got to trip over dead bodies to get to me.
Yeah, probably.
Something like that. Okay, my turn then?
Yes.
Barlow will move up behind the manslayer,
Okay.
and he'll say, "Surrender, we came to talk, not to fight."
Okay. Is that how you're gonna spend your turn?
Talking's a free action, right?
It is. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check. It is up to a certain point.
Gotcha.
So.
Persuasion. 20.
It does not seem to understand what you're saying.
Oh, great. So is that my turn then, or do I get an attack?
You have your action.
How does non-lethal damage work?
Non-lethal damage is really only counts on the final blow. You can do non-lethal damage as much as you want as regular damage until HP is low. It's the final blow that really matters.
Okay, so if I say that I'm doing non-lethal damage...
You're trying to not kill him, you're trying to knock him out. In which case, if, let's say, Jericho is doing lethal damage on his turn, and he kills the Manslayer, it doesn't matter how much non-lethal damage you did. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So right now, while the creature hasn't been hit at all, up to you.
Barlow would tell everyone to try and capture the Ithe alive, if they can.
Sure.
And he will attack the Manslayer, attempting to do non-lethal. I imagine the fire damage is lethal no matter what, though.
It certainly is.
Okay. He'll attack with the short sword, attempting to do non-lethal damage.
Sure.
And that'd be advantage, correct? Because flank?
Yes. It's a scimitar.
Mm-hmm.
And if you hit, other formula.
Yeah.
15? 15? Hits.
Alright.
13 points of damage. Okay.
Can sneak attack be non-lethal?
Sneak attack is the same as whatever the regular attack was.
Okay, so yeah. I'll do sneak attack then.
Sure. And 12. Okay. Alright.
Yeah, that'll be it.
Okay. It is now the Manslayer's turn. He did not take kindly to that. And he's going to attack you. I don't imagine a 10 hits you.
Nope.
How about a 18?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Oh.
You take 4 points of bitey, pokey damage as he turns around with the glaive to kind of smash you with it, and then reaches out with his mouth and kind of glancing blows across your face with his very large panther teeth.
Sorry, that was 4 points?
4 points. Okay, it is now the top of the round. Someone roll a d20. And the last time it was a 10 or 11?
11.
It was 11, yeah.
Okay.
I'll roll it.
Okay.
Cheeks! Wait a
Okay.
minute, how did it get +1? 7.
All right.
6. Silliness.
So 6. Yeah.
6.
Okay.
Saffron.
Hold on.
It's under 10. Here it comes.
Right. Oh no, he paused the game.
Well.
Suddenly appears a massive.
Time for more scared emotes in chat.
Okay. Here we go. One of these. And another one of these. But is this one activated? This one's not activated. That's my bad.
The
we got-
one off to the left.
Yeah, the one that's all the way over there just watching.
Oh, yeah, I was watching him like, is he coming or what? Like, is Asluth holding that one back as the final wave?
Oh, great.
Doesn't look good. Who rolled that 7?
Okay. So, Saffron, you're busy fighting this Ithe right next to you. You don't see what's happening behind you because you're facing the opposite direction. Wynn and Barlow, you kind of see like a shift in the air on the other side of the bridge, and these two Ithe and this large black anthropomorphic fox kind of standing there.
Do you want to unpause the game?
I will unpause the game, but I will show you first what is standing on the opposite side of the river.
Oh, that looks sick.
What a wuss.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
What a wuss.
Barlow, you can handle that, no problem.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
You can count on me.
6, 7 tails. Fuck you.
It's actually 9.
Fuck you more.
Count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
1 for each level of Avernus.
There's no Avernus here.
Well, the equivalent.
Yeah. There are actually 15 hells.
All right.
1 for each god. I see no problem here. I just saw your GIF. Okay. So that sort of shifts into existence behind you. Saffron, it is your turn now.
All right. Well, he's going to go to work with his quarterstaff once again on this Ithe in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
See if it works. There we go. Attack. Normal. Miss.
Ah.
Do the second attack. Normal.
The 14 hits.
Does it hit? Okay, I wasn't sure. Rolls his damage.
The 14 hits on the money.
A sweet 1 damage. All right. And since he doesn't know what's behind him, he's gonna bonus action Fury of Blows for 1 key point.
Sure thing. 15 hits.
And damage? Does that roll twice or is that just once?
That's
Just
2 attacks. So flurry of blows is 2 attacks. So that's 8.
Roll again. Attack.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Natural 20. Very nice, very nice. Can we get some no sweat natural 20s in the chat there for him?
And he rolls damage, which is crit. Whatever. I take it.
15? You'll take 15?
I was hoping for a bet.
You rolled a 3 on a d6. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's in the middle. I'm not crying about it.
Yeah, you finish her. So you just beat her into dust. So you whack her with the quarterstaff. You miss the first time. She parries it with her scimitar. And just bring it around to cut you, and then you kind of poke her in the face with it, and then you clobber her with your fists. Kind of taking her out. She's pummeled into the dirt.
Stone. The bridge is stone.
Well, this stone, yeah. Alright, that is the end of your turn. I'm gonna remove some dead combatants to clean this up a little bit. Okay. It is now... Nope, she's dead. Not her turn. It is now Wynn's turn.
What is Wynn doing in this moment?
Yeah.
The one on the bridge is still alive?
Is dead.
Okay. So everything except for the big guy on our side of the bridge is dead.
Yeah.
Alright. So that's probably where I would put my attacks. Well, there are 2 of my people on that guy. Yeah, you know what? I think... Oh yeah, I'm gonna do Scorching Ray to these 3.
Sure.
Second level's fine.
Okay.
That seems like a lot to an attack. Where's all that detail coming from? It's a +9. Yeah. 17.
Is it really a +9? Holy crap.
Yeah, for my Scorching Ray. It's +5 for my modifier.
Oh, damn, dude.
And then...
Plus...
Nothing wrong with that.
What else does the rest come from?
+3 from proficiency.
Yeah.
You have
+9.
Elven accuracy or something? Or some kind of feat?
3 + 5 and...
Where's the 1 coming from?
Yeah, where's that extra 1?
Are you a half-elf?
No.
No.
Feat maybe?
You know what? I think I know what it is. Wand of the War Mage.
Ah, there it is.
You gave me that.
I did. So 17 hits.
All 3 of them?
Let's see. Make a range. You have to make a ranged spell attack for each ray. So.
Okay.
So 2 more.
So that's the first guy, I guess.
First one. Yep. First one hits.
Do you want me to do attack, then damage, attack, then damage, attack, then damage?
Yeah. So we can keep it clean. 11 points of damage on the first one. Okay. Second one. Go ahead.
Nope.
Misses. It's almost like when the ray comes across to the middle creature there, the one that you're unsure of, that looks very different than these other creatures, he sort of like moves his hands and kind of warps the magic out of the way. 25 hits. 7. Very good. Okay.
I also want to be paying attention to the elemental damage type, so keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Alright, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. This huntress is going to move up to Saffron, because he's in the way, and is going to attack him with her scimitar. $11 to hit, misses.
Misses. Yeah.
And now a bite, misses at an 8. Jericho is going to make a greatsword attack on the big Ithe there. Oh yeah, he hits. He's swinging for the fences. That's 7 points of slashing damage. Minus 2 more, which is a total of 9. What were you going to say, Catherine?
Your rolls for him are still hidden.
Yes, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
He rolled a 19 and then rolled 7 damage. It's a little bit of a problem to switch back and forth. So, and then his second attack is going to go on the same creature. That's an 11, that misses, and then his third attack on the same creature. That's a natural 20. Nope, that should have been a crit roll. So that's 26 points of damage. He is dead.
Not non-lethal. Darn. Okay.
Nope, I don't think he personally would do non-lethal.
Yeah.
Now that's 3 attacks, and he's gonna move and stand over that creature, and can't really move past Saffron because he can't occupy the same space as an ally, and he can't move through an enemy. So that is the end of his turn. It is now this Ithe's turn. She's gonna move up, and she's gonna chuck a javelin at Saffron because he's closer. See, this is what you get yourself into for portaling so close to them. Does a 12 hit?
No.
No. Okay. That's the end of her turn. It is now Catherine's turn.
Catherine is going to move her hunter's mark from the dead body to this one.
Okay.
And she's going to try shooting the guy on the other side of the bridge.
Which one?
Is the one she marked.
Okay. That's 80 feet. You have a longbow, so you're good.
Yep, I'm very good. What happened to my stuff?
There you go.
There we go.
$23 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Alright, we will roll damage.
Ooh, big 8 on that D8. 12 points of damage.
Nice.
Very nice.
Nice.
Plus my 6 for hunter's mark.
1. Every little bit helps.
Hey,
Take anything.
every little bit helps. And I'm going to shoot that one again.
Second attack.
Second attack.
21. Hits. 7 points of damage, and then your another D6.
4.
4. Oops. God damn it. Oh, for Christ's sake. Okay.
Uh-oh.
And
Did
for her
everything
bonus
break?
action, she's going to say, ow.
I broke something. on my keyboard.
Oh no.
Whoa.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's something's gone. Okay, he just disappeared.
Hit. Go to Control Z. You can't, or can you?
I can. He's there again, but it's
As long
not.
as you broke the critical hit key, that's all that matters.
Yeah, it's not letting me do what I expect to be doing. Like, it's trying to... I'm just gonna write it down. So... 84. Alright.
13. 24 points of damage is not bad, guys.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, 24 points? Yeah. That's what I
I
said.
expect better.
Okay.
And like I said, bonus action is ow.
Bonus action is to go ow. Okay, so my buttons are kind of broken at the moment. I don't know why. I think Foundry kind of is disconnected from me slightly. But anyway, it is now this Huntress's turn. She's going to move up. No, she's not. She's going to shift that way and throw a javelin. So all the clicking works. It's just my keyboard doesn't want to work properly for it.
That's odd.
Yeah. Jericho is not going to catch that javelin. He's just going to dodge it. Barlow, it's your turn.
Okay. So Barlow is going to recover his short bow. And then he's gonna shoot at he's gonna shoot at that Ithe.
Okay.
Where is it? Nice.
That'll work.
I'm assuming that hits.
24 hits.
And that would be sneak attack, correct? Because
Yep.
there's an enemy within 5 feet?
Yep,
Awesome.
yep. Not advantage, but there's an ally within 5 feet.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
6, 9. Okay. And then that damage.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
Ow.
Oh yeah, she's dead.
And then bonus action hide.
Where are you hiding? Right there?
Yeah, behind
Okay.
the tree.
Okay. So you pop out, you shoot her. The arrow goes right into her neck. She goes and hits the ground, and you duck behind the tree.
Then stealth roll, I'm assuming.
Okay. Yes, please roll stealth.
It's always.
It's always so low. Okay. Top of the round. Or wait, I gotta roll. He was at a. Damn it. All of this is broken. I'm gonna reshift him and change his roll to what it was, which was a 5. Update. Okay, so now it is his turn. So this creature on the other side of the bridge starts making some motions, and some crackling black lightning follows his hands as he does this. And you hear him say, "You fight and you fight, and never know if it's going to lead to anything. I, Infiltrator Azamuku, will be your doom. Come, let's fight somewhere appropriate." And he's casting a spell. That is the end of his turn.
I think we want to focus him.
I have no interrupts.
Saffron, it is your turn.
Oh, so he didn't cast a spell then.
He's casting a spell. It is in progress. It takes, obviously, more than one turn to cast. Go ahead and somebody roll a d20 for me.
Yeah, start with that.
Not me.
I can do it. Oh, that was gonna be a 1.
Okay. It's at this point, a couple of interesting people arrive.
Are these allies? Please tell me they're allies.
These are these are Mardosians.
Okay, excellent.
It is Graf Macklin and company.
Yay!
They will roll initiative on. They will roll initiative now, and they will act on this turn.
Nice. Good spread.
Yep. Lieutenant Thaddeus, it is now your turn. Oh wait, Saffron, it's your turn. You didn't do anything. My bad.
I was waiting for you. No worries. So with the guy in front of him dead, and the two on the side of the bridge, Saffron is going to move and then attack.
Okay.
He's going to move, jump off the bridge.
To like sort of like a jumping punch on that huntress or something?
Yeah, like crouching tiger, hidden dragon style, like just pop right over there.
Okay.
On the side. And yeah, why not just do a standard punch to see if I can knock his teeth out.
Okay.
That's going to be an unarmed strike. Nice. I think that hits.
Yeah, that hits.
Normal. Yeah, knocks a tooth out on the first.
Now it's working. Okay.
He'll take his second. Do the same thing on arm strike.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Very
take
nice.
his damage on a critical.
Very nice.
Oh boy.
Is it even still alive?
After 17 No. No,
Okay.
it is not. He's toast.
Okay, so given that he'll react, and I think he has a. So that's I can use the key point to basically disengage. So he'll disengage. What's the distance on disengage?
Disengage is just a thing that happens. Then you move.
Well, I moved already. Attacked. What was my move distance? Maybe I got a couple feet here.
Your move is probably at least 30 feet, so you've got at least 10 feet.
Okay. Well then, he
Your
will
move is 45.
Yeah. So he'll move kind of off to the side after decimating this Ithe,
Mm-hmm.
and go and hide.
Okay. You have a hide action?
Disengage. Sorry, he'll just move over there. I don't have hide.
All right. So you're kind of like in the trees and you're just like ready and waiting.
Yep.
Now it is Wynn's turn.
So let me know if this is an action, but can Wynn tell what spell is being cast?
You would need to use an Arcana check, and that would be an action to sort of read the energy flow.
Do I feel like if I cast something like an attack against him that I could disrupt it? Does it feel like it's that kind of thing?
It is definitely something that he's concentrating on.
Okay, I would like to do Scorching Ray then, all three of them centered on him.
Okay, go ahead and roll those.
And I'm gonna do this one at 3rd level.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, hold on, let me pull up his stuff again.
That one misses.
Ooh, the high roll too.
All right, so I get 4 raised with it being 3rd level, yeah?
Yes. For
Okay.
each slot above 2nd level.
Okay. 2nd one.
Ah!
God
Misses.
damn. Thank you.
Yeah.
Natural 20, very nice. So
Nice.
the first 2 beams come across, and the 3rd one's coming in.
Oh.
They're all on target. And you get a 4th one too. Go ahead and roll that.
Do you want me to roll the damage for this one first?
Yes. Roll the damage for that one first.
Since it's a crit?
It's a full crit.
Mhm.
Can I just do the crit in the thing? Does it do what it's supposed to?
It should.
Yeah, hit attack and I'll ask you.
Yeah, nice.
Hey.
24.
Hey!
Very nice.
Max damage.
Okay, and last hit misses.
I
Okay.
hate it.
So
I
you.
can't. Hold on.
Go ahead, go
Hold
ahead,
on.
go
Let me
ahead.
see if I have something.
Okay. I'm waiting. I'm holding.
We're all holding.
We're all holding. We're pogging.
Stand by.
We're holding. We're standing
Pogging.
by. Yeah. We're all very excited about that crit. We're very excited about that crit. Everybody, go ahead and post no sweat crits in the chat for Gabby there. That's a lot of dice action there.
I think the only thing I have is an empowered spell. I don't think I can re-roll the attack.
All right.
Alright. Yeah.
So you fire off this barrage of scorching rays trying to hit the creature.
Which would have been cooler if more of them hit. I'm just gonna say.
It would have been. And as they come in, they're all on target. You've got some significant hatred for these demons, and you're pretty sure this creature's a demon. It doesn't match any description of any beast you know, and it's casting magic. It's doing shit that normal beasts don't do. And the first couple of rays get knocked out of the way by some kind of force, and the 3rd one hits it right in the chest, and the flames kind of sputter and like snuff a little bit. It deals damage, not as much as you hoped or expected for the how on target and how powerful that ray was. And the 4th one just kind of like bounces off of the creature as if it was reflective. Is that the end of your turn?
I want to ask if I get the impression that he is resistant to magic, or if it was the fire damage.
Go ahead and
do I get anything like that?
make an insight check for me.
Okay.
Very good roll. Yes, you're getting the impression that this demon, this infiltrator Azamuku, is resistant to fire. Like many demons.
Okay.
Alright. End of your turn?
Sure.
Okay. It is now Jericho's turn. Jericho is going to charge across using his 40 feet of movement. And then he is going to... Do I got anything for him? I really don't. I really don't have him... I really don't have anything to get him that extra 5 feet. So he's just going to chuck a javelin at him at close range.
Could be advantage. So close.
No, it doesn't work that way. Natural 1. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no. So that just misses. We're gonna call that his turn. And then we'll go ahead and move on to one of the soldiers back here. He's gonna move up 30 feet. He's gonna shout, "What's going on?" This knight's gonna move. Good old Graf Macklin's gonna move up. And now it's Sergeant Catherine's turn.
Sergeant Catherine is going to yell, "It's a fight, you idiot!" and then shoot at the last one she shot, the infiltrator.
Okay. Oh, that'll hit.
Yeah, nice.
Roll damage.
So 13 points of damage in total.
Alright, I'm going to attack again.
Misses.
Misses.
So that arrow, the first arrow kind of like hits him and kind of splinters as it does. Definitely didn't like go all the way in him like you expected it to. The second arrow just kind of bounces off of him as if it you know, has no effect at all. Is that the end of your turn?
That is in fact the end of my turn.
Okay. It is now this Ithe Huntress's turn. She is going to move to here and take her attacks out on our buddy Jericho. That 21 will hit, and then here's for the bite. And that 13 will not, so we'll do the damage for the slashing. That is a good 9 damage, so minus 4 for him. He's doing okay. Barlow, it is now your turn. And I apologize, we're a little over time.
Oh, that's fine. Barlow's gonna move here, and is going to shoot at Infiltrator Azumoku. I'm assuming that stealth roll was insufficient?
Yeah.
Or...
It's like he knows exactly where you are.
Gotcha. Well, I'm gonna attempt to shoot anyway.
Sure.
Oops, wrong one. There we go. $24.
24 does hit.
Nine damage.
Okay. Yeah, your arrow also splinters against him.
Gotcha. Is Graf a captain? Like, what's his title?
He is a house captain, so he is a house guard captain.
Alright. And
He's
you
not
refer to him as house captain, right?
You'd call him house captain. He's not a captain in the Cruinthian military. He's not even like close to equivalent in that sort of martial prowess. So.
Barlow's gonna yell at Graf, House Captain, engage the demon with extreme prejudice.
Okay.
And then he's gonna... Oh, actually, it'd be like this, wouldn't it? Would I have to move like that, or can I go diagonally across?
You could go diagonally across. You could kind of hop it because you're a little... you could, like, get on that stump and hop. Yeah.
At 15 feet, and then bonus action dash. He's gonna drop his short bow here.
Mm-hmm.
And bonus action dash to here, and pull out his short sword.
Okay.
And that's the end of his turn.
Alright. At the beginning of Azumoku's turn, his spell goes off, and something interesting and strange happens. As you all... DM, please tell us how we're going to die. As you all are in the midst of this fight and trying to slay these Ithe and get to this demon who's manifested on the other side of the bridge, who's clearly in your path and you're doing terrible things, you kind of feel like everything's getting very dark and your vision goes completely black for a moment. As your vision has gone black, you feel as if you have been thrown a great distance, and at the same time dragged between two different mountains, one fiery hot and the other one ice cold. And this is a terrible experience physically. I need each of you to make a Constitution saving throw. And I'll make one for our buddy Jericho. Constitution saving throw. Okay. He rolled a 21. Sergeant Catherine, you save. Barlow Mardoja, you save. Saffron, you save. Thaddeus, you fail.
Ooh.
I think you have no vision token with vision for this scene is horribly terrifying.
Oh my goodness. My god, are we gonna explore the hells?
Oh my dear God.
Oh no. We're all split up.
And let me go ahead and do something real quick here. Because he cannot see at all. I mean, by he, I mean the stream. So, hold on a second. I gotta grant him observer status on somebody. Let's see if refreshing works. Yeah, refreshing worked. Okay. And that music is out anyway. Here we go. Okay. So, as you all are suddenly becoming aware, you are in a place extremely different from where you were standing before. This is a dark place. This is a place that is lit only by fire. It is a place that is filled with screams. Screams of terror, screams of joy, screams of rage. And that is where we will leave off for tonight, and we will begin again in 2 weeks for the third and final episode of A Break in Tradition. And and that's a good game, everyone. I think you all did very well. Pat yourselves on the back. And those of you that
all live.
Are you really ending the game before I know what I failed?
Yes.
Oh my god, I hate you.
No, I'll let you know what you failed. You failed the ability to come out of that experience upright, more or less. You're kind of like on the ground and very dazed. Basically, you're suffering exhaustion for a round. So it's not too bad. So
I mean, I can't blame him. Poor dude.
Yeah. So we will begin here next time on A Break in Tradition in 2 weeks at 7 p.m. U.S. East. I hope to see everyone here. I hope everybody had a good time. And we will see you then. If you'd like to catch up on these games, you can catch up on our YouTube. And if you'd like to join us for games or just hang out, we have a Discord. And you can join that at any time. So once again, thank you and have a good night.
Night.
Woo.